Earth's magnetic poles have shifted back and forth throughout the planet's history, which can cause a compass to occasionally point toward Antarctica instead of the Arctic. Even though it may seem unusual, this quirk is rather common. This process of geomagnetic reversal has been going on for ages without much notice, propelled by the iron core of the planet's rotation. This was the case up until when a book extract outlining the phenomena surfaced online. Soon after that, a plethora of websites started warning of the impending geomagnetic apocalypse, in which tumors grow rampant, satellites crash to the ground, and life as we know it on Earth would come to an end. Indeed, in many thousands of years, life on Earth will probably look very different from how it does now. However, how much of that has to do with these polar acrobatics? Are we all going to perish? First and foremost, yes, hold on. What? All of us will pass away at some point. However, when Earth's next geomagnetic reversal happens, it's likely that we won't perish right away or even relatively. Well, what exactly is a geomagnetic reversal? Then, Earth's magnetic poles should someday reverse positions if geologic history offers any indication. This much is certain. We know that throughout the previous 20 million years, magnetic north and south have flipped roughly every 200,000 to 300,000 years, but that this space has not been consistent across the course of the planet's existence. This knowledge comes from the magnetic fingerprints etched into ancient rocks. Although the poles do wander in between these greater flips, the most recent of these significant reversals happened roughly 780,000 years ago. In addition, it appears that climate change is affecting the Earth's polar regions. This means that a complete reversal is overdue, and some statistics really indicate that one is geologically impending. However, this does not imply that a polar flip-flop will occur right away or even very soon. In fact, we'd wager that North will remain in the Arctic for some time, even though neither we nor anybody else is certain of the precise timing of the next total reversal. Okay. However, wouldn't that be horrible if it happened soon? Furthermore, it is unclear. According to scientists, previous polar flips have been rather slow, with north and south traveling to opposing positions over thousands of years. If you are worried about how a geomagnetic reversal may impact Earth's life, there is both good and terrible news. It's good that the polar vortex is moving slowly because it gives us more time to prepare and try to lessen any negative consequences before they become truly negative. Do we need to be afraid of this incident? Though, what exactly happens when compasses that point north 180 degrees in the direction of Antarctica? Are we going to witness the crumbling of the continents? Or are we going to witness far more common changes? Jean-Pierre Vallée, who studies geomagnetic reversals at the Institute of Earth Physics in Paris, stated that the most noticeable changes that take place when the poles reverse are a very large fall of the overall field intensity. In the process of reversing, the Earth's magnetic field significantly weakens before realigning, and it takes between 1,000 and 10,000 years to do it. According to Monica Court, the scientific director of the NIM Geomagnetic Observatory at GFZ Potsdam in Germany, it's not a sudden flip, but a slow process, during which the field's strength becomes weak. Very likely the field becomes more complex and may show more than two poles for a while, and then builds up in strength and aligns in the opposite direction. According to the experts, Earthlings will experience the most hardship during the week in between phase. John Tarduno, a geophysics professor at the University of Rochester, claims that a powerful magnetic field helps shield Earth from solar radiation bursts. Coronal mass ejections (CMEs) periodically happen on the Sun and can sometimes fly straight for Earth. According to Tarduno, with a weak magnetic field, this shielding is less effective, but some of the particles associated with CMEs can be stopped by the Earth's magnetic field. During solar storms, the charged particles assaulting Earth's atmosphere would rip holes in it, which might harm people. As solar particles interact with the atmosphere in a cascade of chemical reactions, ozone holes similar to those over Antarctica, which currently are caused by an entirely different cause related to man, could form. These holes would not be permanent, but might be present on 1 to 10-year timescales, arguably important enough to be a concern in terms of skin cancer rates. Tsunami said. Vale concurred that an ozone hole may emerge in the presence of a weak magnetic field. He published a report the previous year that suggested a direct connection between the extinction of Neanderthals, our evolutionary forebears, and a major decline in the geomagnetic field intensity that took place at the exact same time. A geomagnetic reversal seems to have been aborted at that time. The field weakened, however, didn't ultimately flip. Other experts do not agree that there is a link between pole reversals and the extinction of species, in the same way that we cannot see or feel the geomagnetic field currently. We most likely would not notice any substantial change from a reversal, according to Court. Even if the field becomes very weak, at the Earth's surface we are shielded from radiation by the atmosphere, Court added. But there would be a real threat to our technology. Solar storms have the ability to destroy satellites, disrupt power, and stop radio communications even now. She told Life's Little Mysteries that these kinds of negative influences clearly will increase if the magnetic field, and thus its shielding function, becomes significantly weaker, for instance during a reversal, and that it will be vital to identify mitigation measures. One such concern is that all animals, including bees, salmon, turtles, whales, bacteria, and pigeons, that depend on geomagnetism for navigation might become disoriented in the event that the field weakens and eventually reverses. On how those organisms will survive, there is no scientific agreement. According to the scientists, a lot of the apocalyptic scenarios connected to geomagnetic pole reversals in popular culture are pure fantasy. There won't be any division or shifting of the continents, for sure. The geologic record serves as the first proof. According to Alan Thompson, head of geomagnetism at the British Geological Survey, no worldwide shifting of continents or other planet-wide disasters occurred when the last pole switched. Geoscientists can attest to this from fossils and other records. The changes in the Earth's liquid core, according to the scientists, occur across a fundamentally different time and space scale than convection in the Earth's mantle, which moves the continents by shifting the planet's tectonic plates. However, it would take tens of millions of years for changes in the liquid core to travel down the mantle and affect the motion of the tectonic plates. The liquid core does in fact touch the bottom of the mantle. For the most part, Court concluded that there is no evidence from the geological past, and in my opinion also no conceivable method that magnetic reversals could trigger earthquakes. There is a rising area of reverse alignment in the liquid core deep beneath Brazil and the South Atlantic, which may be the cause of the decreasing geomagnetic field. For at least 160 years, the strength of the Earth's magnetic field has been declining at an alarming rate, says Tsunami. This has led some to speculate that we are approaching a reversal. Earth is a complex system. Thus, experts cannot predict whether the reversal will occur or whether it will be halted. It doesn't matter which way it goes. The process will take many thousand years, giving us time to get used to the changes. So, there's nothing at all to worry about. Not exactly. There are bigger issues to worry about in the short term, since we are doing a good job of adding carcinogenic toxins into the environment and otherwise changing how ecosystems typically function. Having said that, one major benefit of a reduced magnetic field is that auroras will be visible from much lower latitudes, making the night sky even more spectacular. And that ends today's episode. Please subscribe to Weather Collapse if you want to know more and be updated on the latest news about natural calamities or disasters happening all over the world. And don't forget to like today's video. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.